All right, so I got a new addition to the garage gym. It's the Titan Fitness Sphere Grip pull-up bar, specifically for the T3 rack. And today I'm gonna do an unboxing and walk you through attaching it to my rack. Hey, this is Greg with Discovering Strength, a channel focused on all things garage gym and strength training. If you like what you see, consider subscribing below. All right, so like I said, I just got the Titan Fitness Sphere Grip pull-up bar, and this is specifically for the T3 rack. And today I'm going to unbox and show you how to attach it to your T3 rack. All right, so here's how it came boxed. You know, the box is a little dinged up, but you know, it's just a hunk of steel in there. So I'm not too concerned about that. Shipping was pretty good, but I will say that this was an item that I ordered on back order. So once it actually came into stock, then it took maybe up to a week to ship it to me. All right, so we'll open it up and see how it looks on the inside. All right, so just open the box. This is how it looks on the inside. Looks like it's all nicely packaged in there. You can see lots of styrofoam protecting all the metal. And off to the side here, like all Titan products, you get this little thing where you can register your product, but also you have the link there to the manual. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the styrofoam and get it out of the box. So just got it out of the box. You can see what it looks like here. Overall first impressions, man, this thing is like heavy duty for sure. I didn't look at the overall weight of this, but this is a heavy item. It's definitely not cheaply made. So you got the main piece plus the hardware right there you use to attach it to your rack. And like I said, then you've got the link to the manual. And I actually looked it up because one thing that I was not too sure about when I bought this was whether or not this is intended to be attached to the front of your rack or the side of your rack. And for reference, I have the T3 24-inch depth version. And so looking at it, looks like it's intended to be attached to a cross member on the top of your rack, like right here, which I don't have. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach it to the side of my rack, see how that goes. And I may purchase a cross member just so that I can attach it. All right, so I'm gonna point something out here. So you can see that the dimension of the mounting portion of this is just under 40 inches. So, you know, I've got the 24-inch depth version, so it definitely is gonna hang off to the sides. I'm gonna mount it there today. But this is definitely intended to be mounted from the front portion of your rack. So if I take a tape measure here to show you your dimensions off of the front. Okay, so the inside dimension of your T3 rack is about 42 inches. So if you have a cross member up at the top, and you attach this, it will fit inside that cross member. And I will say that I looked at the manual they have online, and it seems to me that Titan is notorious for having terrible instruction manuals, but it says really nothing about installing it and, you know, attaching it to the side or the front. So that's disappointing. So I will show you the manual you can get online. So it's pretty basic, you know, it just shows you the device where you can attach it with the bolts. And that's basically it. It doesn't say anything about where to attach it or anything. And I really couldn't find anything else online that would help with figuring that out. All right, so today I'm just gonna go ahead and attach it to the side of my rack, and I'll walk you through that process. Like I mentioned, I am going to attach mine to the side for today at least. So I've got a few bolts that I need to remove first just to be able to get it up there. So I'm gonna remove that one right there. And on the other side, I'm gonna remove that one right there. All right, so after I took those bolts off, I put the pull-up bar up there just to kind of see how it's gonna work. And I'm discovering an issue with mounting it onto the side of my rack. And that is that the holes don't quite line up to be able to put it right through here and have it still support my pull-up bar on the other side. So it's not going to be ideal. I'm not going to be able to put those bolts back in. So like I said, this is really meant to be mounted to the front, or I guess the back of your rack, but it does mean that you're going to lose one of your pull-up bars. All right, so I sort of just got it up there to be able to put the bolts in. As you could tell, I'm sure on the videos, it's not really advisable to do this as a one-person job. I really should have had my wife probably help me put it up there so I could get the bolts in. But you see on the back side here, I got 2 bolts in. I'm gonna put an additional 2 bolts. You can also see how it's hanging off the side there. So that's not great. But we'll get it up there so I can try it out. I'm also going to have to move this other plate holder because that's going to obstruct using it off the side. My initial thought is, man, I'd really love if this could fit the side member here, because then it just gives me, you know, regular pull-up bar plus all these other options. But we'll go from there. I'll get it all the way secured and then come back. All right, so I got it mounted up there, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove those 2 weight plate holders, move them to the other side of my rack, get them out of the way, and then I'll put this to use and see what I think. All right, so I also wanted to point out that it does come with 2 different lengths of bolts. So there's one that's like this smaller one here, and then there's a larger one. So I think that means that you could mount this on, you know, the thinner of the 2x3 tubing, but you could also do the 3-inch, and it would work just fine. All right, so you can see that I moved my weight storage pegs over here. Now that is freeing up space over here so that I can use it. So go ahead and kind of try it out for a minute or two here and give you my first impression. All right, so first impressions, you know, like I said, I'm definitely disappointed with the way it's mounted up there. You see that it just, you know, is sticking out on both sides. But that being said, it's still, you know, super secure up there with the 4 bolts. So I'm definitely not worried about this thing falling off or being unstable. And I will say that, you know, the material they use for this, the steel, it seems, you know, basically the same as the T3 rack. I'm not sure how thick the steel is, but it feels high quality. Definitely a really heavy duty product. It's got a nice powder coat finish on it, so it feels really the same as the T3 rack powder coat. So that does make it grippy when you're doing pull-ups. You know, I definitely like that you have so many different grip options. So you've got the 4 spheres, and then you've also got, you know, so many different grip options there for doing like a neutral grip off of these, a different grip from here. So it gives you lots of different options. However, that being said, I still don't really feel like I want to replace my just standard pull-up bar over there. So I will probably keep it here for now and just see how it goes. I don't love the aesthetic, but I think it will work for now, and then I'll update this later. All right, so that does it for the unboxing and assembly of the Titan Sphere Grip pull-up bar. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Maybe you've installed the same on your rack and you have another, you know, solution for how you installed it. With running into the issues I've had installing it, you know, I'd definitely be interested to see how others have done it. And we'll see you next time.